Hey Alex, so this is my audition video for Spit, and I feel like this piece is appropriate for the theme that you have, and I can edit it and cut it down a little bit because it is kind of long, but here goes. My mother always taught me not to be scared of the unknown simply because it was unknown. Always pushed me past the edges of my own comfort zone, and I've been training myself to learn how to face my fears. To not back down, not let my adrenaline high heart convince me I should run and hide in my room, to stand my ground even if my legs are shaking. But I am terrified of the future. I can handle the day-to-day happenings, the slow process of shifting myself from the past into the present, with a wary eye on the days ahead. But the thought of not knowing where I'll be in a year makes my pulse thump like a bass drum. The realization I have no clue what I'm doing induces a fight or flight response, and I don't know where to direct my punches, so I'm fighting a losing battle against myself. And I've always wanted to spread my wings and fly away from this world so I can settle with being flighty. Staying airborne above everyone's expectations of me, I've already achieved so much. But I have grandparents who want grandchildren, and the fourth finger on my left hand is apparently missing its halo, missing the string tied around it in a promise that I'm not even sure I want to make. Forget all that white flowing gown, silk trains, and glistening tiara shit. If I get married, I want two things. I want my father to give me away so he understands that I've always known he was walking next to me. And I want everyone to dance like there will be no tomorrow, like they want to make love to the music that fills the room, like their hips are mountain slides just waiting to start a landslide, like their limbs are radioactive and can't be contained by the lead-lined walls of their list of social rules, like their hearts are just balloons full of hope that need to remember what it's like to kiss a cirrus cloud. But I've never even been in love. So my wedding dreams are just momentary indulgences, desserts that always leave me with a stomach ache and a bittersweet tang on my tongue. See, I've been so focused on my own progress, I haven't taken the time to let anyone in yet. My heart belongs to poetry, but my mind belongs to science, and my fingertips are just confused as hell, not sure whether they're supposed to hold a pipette or a pencil, bury themselves into the rich sun-warmed soil, or to dig out the most honest thoughts of my mind. So I let them do a little bit of both, as some sort of self-conflicted compromise, because sometimes the tree that I love the most is a poetry, dropping new ideas like ripe fruits, and I understand I'm supposed to continue my academic pursuits, but right now, all a PhD stands for is a pretty hard decision. Because I could spend my life in the shimmering solace of spotlight on the stage, or I could warm my skin in the sunshine of the tropics. Let myself translate the beauty of this world into a sick rhyming, boundary climbing, mental priming, good timing poem, or become the voice for the trees have no tongues. A choice between the Lorax 2.0 or V Rabbit. And it's not black and white so much as it's leaves versus limericks, flowers versus flowing lines, meristems versus metaphors, springtime buds versus budding ideas. So I figure I'll wrap an ivy vine around my left ring finger, commit myself to a cause I know I can stay passionate about, and sit on the lap of Mother Nature. Let her slide dewdrop secrets along my spiderweb connection-made conscience, and I'll stencil the alphabet along my right hand. Trace the outline of letters that are just a framework, and I won't fill them in yet. I'll take those letters that become so much more than themselves once I can conduct them like an orchestra, creating verbal symphonies while trying to keep myself composed, but when it comes to the future, I'd like to think I have everything figured out. I have a set plan that I can follow and nothing will go wrong and explode like a poorly designed nuclear reactor. I can act like the world doesn't like to throw curveballs that hit you in the face. Or I can just admit to myself that yes, this life is scary. But at the end of the day, one way or another, I will be doing what I love.